Stanley Parable, number 30. What should we title this one? Um Hidden Hidden Pantry. Guys, let's see if we can find the hidden pantry. And thus,
Yeah,
ooh,
well, I just thought that it wasn't acceptable, to start
interesting.
off his reports, and then
Never heard
I just
voices like that before in the opening
thought that
uh
I thought it was
picture. Anyways, we are playing the Stanley Parable number
just thought that
30. So I know there was a Stanley Parable one that came out back in like 2013, and then there was a Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe edition that came out in like 2020, maybe 2021. But this is Stanley Parable 30, the 30th rendition of Stanley Parable, and we're gonna do some speed runs on it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay,
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
naturally,
Employee number 427's job was simple.
I love simple
He sat at
jobs.
his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk.
Hey, Dita Domenico,
Buttons to
good to see you.
how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Sounds like an easy job.
Others might have considered it soul-rending. Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Great job.
Stanley was happy.
Naturally, why wouldn't you be happy?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Oh no,
Something that would forever change Stanley.
what was that?
Something he would never quite forget.
Well, do tell.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one
What?
had showed up to give him instructions, call
No.
a meeting, or even say hi.
Where are
Never
they?
in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as
Huh.
he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
All right, Dita Domenico, it's good to see you. We'll be I'm doing a short stream while we wait for Big Shaquan and Mateo to get back from the store so we can finish packing and get them moved. But I figured I'd do some Stanley Parable. This is the 30th rendition of the game. For those that don't know that are watching this, well, I'm gonna do a quick run through of how the game should
All
go.
of his co-workers were gone.
Obviously, the co-workers are gone.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Guy forgot to turn off his
Perhaps he
monitor.
simply missed
There we
his
go.
memo.
So we'll do a straight run through the game, and then we'll start messing around. So we got to go to the meeting room because maybe we missed a memo. There's the bucket, which is property of Stanley. Anyways, we'll get back to the bucket in a moment. New content. Anyways, Stanley came to a room with open doors.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Again, we're gonna speed run the main storyline just so you know how it goes.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
No one in the
Feeling
meeting
a wave
room.
of disbelief,
That's crazy.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let me check out the
Stanley
closet.
stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay. Or
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No
Great
reason
things.
to still be here.
all right,
Coming
again,
to a staircase, Stanley walked
upstairs
to his
to the boss's
boss's
office. Forget how to open this door.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned
was-
an extra secret PIN number.
Maybe it's 2849?
2845. But of course,
I got the 8 and 2
Stanley couldn't
backwards.
possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
Hey, Nix, how's it going?
Sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Good to hear, good to hear.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Of course you
It
felt
was a
peculiar.
stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
What
Why
is the
he
nature of
this
my job?
now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Christmas is coming.
Stanley walked straight ahead through
We've
the
got
large
Thanksgiving
door
coming
where
up,
the
but then it's
mind control
Christmas.
facility. Although this passageway had the word escape, but of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Now, in case you didn't know it,
He
which
had
we're not going to do right now,
to find
you can jump off the edge. Oh, almost did it accidentally. You can jump off the edge and go down there. But we're not going to do that just yet. We're going to finish this the right way first.
Now the monitors jump to life. Their true nature
What do you do
revealed.
for decorations
Each
for
bore the
Christmas?
number
Do you
of
guys
an
do Christmas
employee
trees? Do you guys do wreaths? Do you guys do Christmas lights? What are your what are the Christmas traditions for your area?
One of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
We're 427. Where's 427? It is right there. Yep, that's our office. Okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Can I jump off
Had
that edge?
Stanley
No, I
really
can't.
been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone
Do you guys
else's
do
control?
stockings or
Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't
just
it?
wrap gifts,
Was it
or
even
how do you
possible?
what do you guys
Had
do?
he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Probably be blind to the world. Oh, okay, we're in.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as
Oh,
the
you
cold
don't. You
reality
guys don't
of
wrap
the
gifts
past
with
started to sink in,
paper.
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I dismantled the controls. One year I made the Christmas tree out of presents. I didn't feel like setting up a Christmas tree, so I just made the Christmas tree out of presents.
Was it over?
Ooh, was it over?
Yes.
Ooh, there it
He
is.
had won. He had
We won.
defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the
I just took the big gifts, put them on the bottom, and smaller gifts on top of that, and smaller gifts on top of that, until I made like a triangle of a Christmas tree out of
How
presents.
had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even
Oh, yeah,
that he had been.
This is the This is the main ending.
Perhaps his
Ending
goal
number
had not
1.
been to understand,
There are over
but
40
to let
endings.
go. No longer will
This is
anyone
the
telling
main
Joe
ending.
what to do or how to feel. Whatever
By the
life
way,
he
there
lives,
is an
it will
ending
be
where you find
his.
people.
And that was all he needed to know.
In case you didn't know
It
that.
was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense
Liberation!
possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Of course he was. Good job, Stanley. Well, this is number 30, so of course there's more endings. Now we get to play around.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Where
Stanley
is-
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It's bucket time.
It's bucket time.
Alright, we're gonna take our bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct
That's pretty
way to
cool.
the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
New York
And
is
here it was.
basically a
Had the bucket
24-hour
turned out?
drive
Was this better
from
than
where
the
I
meeting
live.
room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was.
Let me get up on
How
the-
insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Let me get up there. Usually it lets you go up there. How am I not getting up? Oh well.
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure.
Fun
Stanley
fact,
reflected on all they'd been through together.
These
First,
clocks
walking through the door on the right,
actually
then
keep
walking to the lounge, then arriving
time.
at the lounge. What
So
a
that second
thrilling
hand is
journey
moving.
The bucket had inspired.
one tick a second. And if you were to watch it, let's say for 4 hours, it'd be
Perhaps
instead of
this was where the bucket
10:55,
felt most truly at home.
it'd be
Here in the
2:55.
employee lounge.
If you were to watch it for
Perhaps it's
4
the
hours.
only place a bucket can even feel at
So-
home.
That clock legitimately works like a clock should work. If you were to stare at it for hours upon end. But let's continue.
Stanley decided, but finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business.
Or we don't.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way
Oh,
to the
let's play a
top.
game.
There's something
Is
up
it a
there I need
tractor
you to do.
or not?
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point."
Oh, that's
How
sad.
come
No
it's
buckets
located
past
on
that
the
point.
bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding
Ooh,
of
bless
what
me, thank you.
is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Alright, let's figure out what a bucket is.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Let's figure this out.
Right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No, that's fake.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
You could tell.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Yeah, that one's real.
Incorrect.
Oh.
It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Oh, I didn't realize 3D printed buckets don't count. My bad.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Yeah.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Oh, that's a nice
Item
bucket.
4. Is this a bucket?
That's a really nice bucket. Aw.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's
That's
an
not a
enormous
tractor.
machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick.
You guys
How
watched
on
the,
earth have you
the
managed
fight
to
last
screw it
night?
up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket?
Well, the last one was a tractor. This looks nothing like the last one. But yes.
Correct. This is a bucket. Item 6. Is this a bucket?
That looks nothing like the last one, which was a bucket, so no. Not a bucket.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Ah. It was a trick. Got me good.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Oh no. Yes. Nothing is a bucket.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when
Nothing
we
is a
both
bucket.
clearly know that a bucket is something.
No,
and
no.
therefore nothing could possibly be something.
Yes, nothing
Unless
is
in
something.
your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me
Yes.
straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence.
Super
Now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any
liminar.
of us know what a bucket is?
I'll have to look that up.
Aye, a bucket.
Ooh. Yes.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever
He
had.
is
to
a
deal
bucket.
with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No more buckets. No.
Here we go.
No, 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 no more. Oh no. Oh no, no more buckets.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket.
Ah.
Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this
Maybe
is
I am a bucket.
wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who
Okay,
knows
guys.
what that information might
That's our
do to a
secret.
person. All right.
Don't tell
here
anyone
we
that
go.
you're a bucket or that you're not a bucket, but everything else is a bucket. This live stream is a bucket. Oh, that's right. Let me change the title. Let me change the title. This. Okay. So, the title has been changed. This live stream is a bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What could
Stanley
it?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
If you refresh your page, you'll see the title has changed. It's gonna make no sense to people that are watching this later because they're just gonna read this live stream as a bucket and they're gonna be like, "You never changed the title." I did. It used to say Stanley Parry. Wait. Okay, there's the bucket. Good bucket. Nice bucket. Good. Ooh, we can do the bird thing. So if you go to the end with the bucket, you get to see birds.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here.
No one.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
Doesn't the
Perhaps
bucket
his boss's office
belong in the
was where
broom
he-
closet?
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Okay, I guess not.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh, that's how you open it. You have to have the bucket. Alright, let's go up. Okay. It looks like it's the same floor, but trust me when I say it's the same floor.
Stepping into his manager's
Two,
office,
eight,
Stanley
five,
was once
2845.
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into it, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes.
Of course the bucket
this
knew
is
all
certainly
along.
The most logical explanation.
Everything is the bucket, so of course the bucket knew what it was. It's a bucket. That's correct, DiDomenico. It's a
The
bucket.
elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Let's go see some birds, which are actually not birds, but in fact buckets. Buckets
Stanley
with
and the bucket
wings.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Escape.
Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Huh. What horrible secrets does this room hold?
The monitors jumped to life, and
Ooh.
Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
I would
Everyone
never
in the
drop
office
such a
was
bucket.
being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Oh, you can fall off that way too? Whoa. Scary. We're not gonna do that right now. Up we go.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does the bucket want to do?
Yes,
or not want to do in the first
it's
place?
oh.
These
Yes, I do know how to get to that ending, and I think you
Stanley's feeble mind.
oh. I think you have to have the bucket for that? No.
He screamed.
No, you don't need the bucket for that ending, but I do know how to get to
His
it.
own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
It's Rocket League. Not Rocket Racing. But yes, there is an ending where you end up in Rocket League.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terror.
And now we get to see birds.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
Nope, it's broken.
Wait, what was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths.
Oh no, you're supposed to turn it off
No,
with the bucket. I forgot.
Stanley
I hit
can't
the wrong
leave
thing.
This place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I?
Absolutely.
Stanley hoped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Okay, so yeah, you're supposed to turn it off
All
to
of
get
his
the bird.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Huh. Oof. Call. Let's
bucket time.
launch the bucket into space. Know how to do that?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Two more. So we gotta go in, walk back out.
Stepping in.
There it is. Now it's broken. Oh, it doesn't open anymore. Oh no. We're gonna launch the bucket back into space. Narrator's got nothing to say. You can't even go down this way anymore. Every bit of that direction's broken too. But you can go in here though. The narrator's got nothing to say to you, huh? I'm gonna save the bucket by launching it into space. IT has a meeting scheduled on Wednesday at 9 o'clock. We're broke Wednesday meeting at 10. Financial panic meeting. Oh my goodness, at 11. 42x, x 40x. That one say. Read it. Don't tell 432 about the meet. Ooh, don't tell 432 about the meeting. What to do about 432? We're not 432, we're 427. But why not tell 432? Crazy. Alright. Anyways, back to launching the bucket out to space. Where's 432? $16, 17, 25, 26, 30, 7, 6, 31, 34, 432. Why aren't we going to tell you about the meeting? There's no meeting. There's no meeting. I'm not telling you about a meeting because there is none. Where's the cameras that are watching him? Anyway. Let's go launch Stanley's bucket up into space. We're now leaving. Escape. Lots of stairs to go. More stairs. I think there's one more set of stairs. Yeah. This is maybe. Oh no, there was another. Okay, so there's still more. So dark. You're right. They're not stairs, they're buckets. Escape pod, launch bay, or bucket bay. Walk towards it. Where is it? There it is. There's the escape pod. We're gonna launch our bucket. Good bucket. You'll be okay, bucket. Shh. It's okay, don't cry, bucket. We're just sticking you in another bucket and launching you into space bucket. Everything's a bucket. Except for me and the narrator. Very powerful music here. The spy bucket. It had to be done for the bucket's sake.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Okay. I'll have to look it up online maybe. This phone rang once. And I picked it up and heard like a voicemail or something. And for the life of me, I don't know how I did that. And I don't know how to make it happen again. But it did ring once. The phone at 4:34. Hold on, let me just do a quick Google on that. Hold on. I'm still here. I'm just Google searching. Phone ring at desk 4:34. Has a chance of receiving 3 random calls. Okay, I'm gonna read that later. That's cool. So it can ring, has a chance of getting 3 different random calls. Crazy. There's no bucket. There's no bucket. There's no bucket. I mean, what am I talking about? Everything's a bucket. This live stream is a bucket. Sad. Okay, so one more, and then we can go to the dot room.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
Stanley
knew
knew
it
that perfectly well.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
Pirates.
it. Wow. Yes.
Nice.
This room. What a beautiful
blue.
room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
I used to get up into that corner. I don't know how I can get back into that corner anymore.
Yes. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Going out the window. You know what? There's an open door we could try.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
The door is open right down there. Let's go out that open door.
But in his eagerness
Ow.
to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Ouch.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I might need to put a warning label on this live stream. Someone ended their ooh. Here we are. Ready? Yay! Ooh. Buttons. Oh, mesmerizing buttons. I'm gonna touch them all. This is the heaven ending, I think it's called. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. Like, there's no getting out of this room. There's no... Well, this ain't gotta go nowhere, so now we gotta just begin the game again. Yeah, so if you do all these inputs, it puts you into that ending, which is the heaven ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The bucket's back. Okay. Create a paradox.
It's bucket time.
It's bucket time. You want to see, even though everything's a bucket, you want to see 2 buckets in the same room. Do it.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
We'll do the never-ending pit hole.
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Whoa. Although I'm on Stanley Parable 30 now, but whoa.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Interesting.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts,
New
that surely the
features!
game will sort of naturally spring up around them.
Oop.
It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really. Here we are. Go on, try out some of
I wonder if you can get stuck in there. We'll have to try that later. But first off, the reassurance bucket. Let's see 2 buckets in one room. Let's see it. I'm gonna descend from the ceiling. Here it comes.
Wait,
Whoa.
there are 2 buckets here. How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great,
Wow.
so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me?
Oh no! Ooh!
Stanley! Oh, thank God, I didn't lose you.
Oh no,
Stanley,
buckets!
The power of 2
Buckets!
buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them. I know how much the bucket meant to you, but I couldn't.
Oh, bucket!
I hope one day you can forgive me.
We'll never forgive you. Change the balloons.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Probably happy 12th birthday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Yay! Okay, good.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Never ending home. It just is going. Okay, here we go.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I don't want to press it.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe
I don't
do it
want
on
to.
the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
I want to go down an infinite hole forever. And you can't stop me.
I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay,
Nope.
well, good for you. You
It's
found
not
the bottom
infinite.
of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely?
It would have been
figured the
a
hole
great
was as deep
stream
as
to
anyone
fall
would actually
infinitely.
need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean.
I don't think I
Why
said
we just
anything.
Put all this behind us and agree to just call the whole mostly infinite.
I
If that works for
disagree.
you, Then go ahead.
No,
and press
it's
the
not
teleport
mostly
button
infinite.
to warp up to
It's
the top
hardly
of the
even
hole and we can move
somewhat
on.
infinite.
I'll just be up here when you're ready.
It's just not infinite at all.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to... Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right.
Oops,
The
I
problem
fell.
is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal.
I do like
Normal
holes.
person would have said,
A little too
that's an
much.
infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't
It's
need to
really
see
just
it
a
all,
very
but
tall
not
bucket.
You. Oh, no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
Definitely
I
seemed
couldn't help but
shorter.
feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
I
And now,
guess.
I'm positively thrilled. I really
Oh, well,
do
that
have
was
so
fun.
much more to show you. Gosh, how could I have guessed?
Oh, no.
Look back in the hole.
My bad.
If this
Ouch.
has become a thing where...
Oh,
Wow.
that's a lot
Okay.
closer.
Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point.
It's a very
It's
small
more of a
bucket.
concavity, or even a very aggressive divot. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Oh, button's not
Is
working.
the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
Yeah, he
Still
disabled
not-
it.
Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for
Yay.
everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Yay. I spend the rest of eternity with a hole. Holes are fun. Ooh, music. Ominous music. Whoa. Going. The hole is going down. Yay! The bucket's getting bigger. Ooh. Oh my goodness, it's Stanley. Whoa, it's Stanley. Whoa, it's Stanley. Oh wow, it's Stanley. Hey guys, it's Stanley. Hey guys, Stanley here. Hey Stan. My perception? Yes. Eh. Oh yeah, that's it. That's quality music right there. Oh, wow. Puppies!
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer.
Ooh, space. Oh, I'm upside down. How did I do that? It's my legs. I'm doing a headstand, guys. Whoa.
Stanley! Stanley!
Aw.
You're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland.
I was enjoying that.
Right, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm
Yay.
looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
Am I gonna go down again? Aww. That was a fun hole. I mean, bucket. Hi. Thanks for dropping by, Domenico. Have a good one, sir.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Can I get a bucket again? Why is the chat disconnecting? Huh. Weird. Are we having interweb problems? What's it saying? Stream health. Stream is healthy. Okay. I don't know. We've been doing this for 50 minutes? Oh my goodness. Time does fly.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's as simple as that. As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... Wait, what in the holy hell is going on? You got the trophy? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. Composure, composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
I think that's it. I think we're ready to exit here.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley... All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready
I
to
think
move
so.
on now?
Alright guys, I'm gonna end the stream here, but thanks for dropping by, and until next time, you guys take care, and peace.